In Matthew's narrative of the birth and infancy of Christ appears the disturbing story of the slaughter of the innocents. King Herod is threatened by the kingship of this newly born baby, and of course doesn't understand that the kingship of Jesus is a spiritual primacy, that it doesn't threaten Herod's power, but in fact is the salvation of it, the transformation of it to something potentially good. And so in his blind ambition, in his sinfulness, in his jealousy, in his rage, he orders the destruction of all the newborn baby boys in Bethlehem in an effort to eradicate the Christ child. We see in the slaughter of the innocents what always happens in human history when sin is threatened by grace. But so often the innocent are sacrificed for the sake of something that is perceived to be a greater good. We think of the unborn, certainly, but we think of any folks who live in a marginalized way. Think of those with disabilities, or the elderly, or the chronically ill. People that are not, quote unquote, productive in this world are often labeled as burdens, as someone whose life is less important than ours and can be eliminated. Many countries today rejoice in the fact that they have, quote unquote, eliminated Down syndrome. And it's because all of the children that potentially had it have been aborted. This is not progress. Progress comes when we discover ever more profoundly the quality of our human rights based on the fact that we are children of God. That every single person is made in the image and likeness of God and has an inherent right to life and to all the rights that the Lord has called us to embrace in light of our human dignity. So in this Feast of the Holy Innocents, we pray for the unborn. We pray for those whose lives are at risk. We pray for those in prison, those in nursing homes, those close to death, the elderly, all the people that in a culture that often celebrates beauty, strength, and power are often seen as unimportant. And to realize that in the Anoim, in the poor and the seemingly unimportant, God's kingdom is most manifestly at work. On this Feast of the Innocents, we pray for all those whose lives suffer because of the lack of fundamental respect for human life. May our lives be an apostolic to build up the dignity of every human being.